Father liked him, and so did Loris.
Loris is young and very good at knocking men off horses with a stick. That does not make him wise. As to your fathead father.
Grandmother, what will Sansa think of us?
Are you going to bring the food, or do you mean to starve us to death? The Lord of Highgarden?
I haven't had the pleasure.
No great pleasure, believe me. A ponderous oaf. His father was an oaf as well. My husband, the late Lord Luther. Joffrey. You. Has this boy mistreated you? Has he ripped out your tongue?
King Joffrey, he...
Bring me some cheese.
The cheese will be served after the cakes, my lady.
The cheese will be served when I want it served. And I want it served now. Are you frightened, child? Another golden rose. How original. I eat from plates stamped with roses. I sleep in sheets embroidered with roses. I have a golden rose painted on my chamber pot. Roses are boring, dear. So?
Might I sit?
No.
You've taken an interest in Sansa Stark?
Have I? Why shouldn't I take an interest? She's an interesting girl.
Is she?
No, not particularly. Gods, boy, that's enough. We're not in a tavern.
Pardon me.
There's no need to speak. Are there any figs? Fetch some.
I had hoped we might discuss a few financial matters.
I climbed all those steps to discuss financial matters.
It's the royal wedding.
I was told you were drunk, impertinent, and thoroughly debauched. You can imagine my disappointment at finding nothing but a browbeaten bookkeeper. Where did you go for them? Volantis? Your daughter
is rich, the most beautiful woman in all 7 kingdoms, and the mother of the king.
Old.
Old?
Old. Your grandfather gave me a necklace, just like this one. My 51st name day.
The wedding is in a fortnight, Grandmother. You can't say no to everything.
Nonsense. My little dears.
My lady, my lady.
Aren't you just marvelous? I hear you knocked my grandson into the dirt like the silly little boy he is. You might find it suits you. Not now, Mace. Lord Tywin and I are speaking. There's nothing more tedious than a trial. Except perhaps these gardens. If I have to take one more leisurely stroll through these gardens, I'll fling myself from the cliffs. Oh, you can smell the shit from 5 miles away.
Put the pen down, dear. We both know you're not writing anything.
Ah, yes, the famously tart-tongued Queen of Thorns.
And the famous tart, Queen Cersei.
You there? Where would I find the High Septon or High Sparrow or whatever bloody fool name he's got?
It's not as good a name as Queen of Thorns, I'll admit.
You should have the decency to stand when you speak to a lady.
You should have the decency to kneel before the gods.
Don't spar with me, little fellow. A man of the people who does Cersei's dirty work for her.
The people always do the dirty work.
Spare me the homilies. I can smell a fraud from a mile away.
The future of House Tyrell.
Don't pretend to have any concern for my house, my grandchildren, or me. And if I should meet with some accident here at your broken little flesh market, they'll never even find what's left of you. You have been stripped of your dignity and authority, publicly shamed, and confined to the Red Keep. What's left to work with? You're not in your sanctuary now, my dear. All I have to do is whistle, and my men will stroll in here and bash you about until I tell them to stop. If I tell them to stop, you could use a good bashing.
Grandmother, please.
Loris rots in a cell because of you. The High Sparrow rules this city because of you. Our 2 ancient houses face collapse because of you and your stupidity.
We need each other.
I wonder if you're the worst person I've ever met. But the truly vile do stand out through the years.
Obara.
Obara. You look like an angry little boy. Don't presume to tell me what I need.
Forgive my sister. What she lacks in diplomacy, she
Do
makes...
shut up, dear. Anything from you? No. Good. Let the grown women speak. The lords of Westeros are sheep. You're a dragon. Be a dragon. That was Joffrey's sword, wasn't it? Not that he ever used it. What did he call it?
Widow's Wail.
He really was a cunt, wasn't he? I'd hate to die like your son. Must have been horrible for you. Not at all what I intended. You see, I'd never seen the poison work before. Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.